What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody's been doing well. It's been a little while since we went for the video, so as much as I love Facebook Mark as the next person, something came up and I'll show what we bought, or what I bought. So it's a 2004 Polaris Predator 500. It's a basket case, you could say. Needs a little bit of work. It's a Troy Lee edition. It's all here. You know, it's just got some parts here. The rear fender's over there. The seat. Plastics are broken here. Not a big deal. It's got a new carb on it. Nerf bars. Full set of paddles. But yeah, so I'm going to be riding this and dealing with this till I can get the Tri-Z kind of all the way finished, because it's been kind of lame not having a bike to ride. But so the first thing I'm going to do is take it outside and give it a good power wash. So you can kind of see it's greasy, it's got sand all over it, it's got a little bit of oil leak. Really just give it a good power washing so I can see what other issues might come about. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these rear plastics pulled off. We'll get it outside and start power washing. All right, so I got it flipped up on the grab bar, and just wanted to show you guys how dirty it really was. All dirt, sand. I don't know if this thing's ever been cleaned. It's got an oil leak. Probably just needs a drain plug. Car's washer. It's got dirt just kind of everywhere. You can tell it's been somewhat neglected. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and let that soak for a few, and we'll get her power washed off. Alright, so got her all power washed off. Let's take a look. Will say the one thing I don't like so far is the paint they put on here. The silver, it flakes off super easy. My 86 Yamaha didn't even have that problem, but oh, here's what it is. So first problem I've noticed, coil wire. Somebody just took like a coil wire from something, shoved it down there. Needs a little bit of wiring help, as you can see here. As I was suspected, it just needs some washers for the drains down there. Let's see, carburetor, all that stuff needs to be dealt with. Suspension up here, everything looks good other than just the paint and the grease. I did notice that it's kind of cracked right there by that Zerk fitting, so we'll have to address that. The tires don't really hold air. I think there's just some sand in the bead. We come over here, everything over here looks good. The brake, it needs a rear master, and then whatever goes here, so I'll investigate into that. Needs the thumb throttle, and then it needs this switch because the on and off's broke. And it's really mainly need to get an exhaust for it, probably eventually a sprocket. I need to clean back here a little bit better, but for right now I just want to get it rinsed off so we can see what's going on. All right, so here's the fun part. I'm going to pull it back in and we're just work on a little bit of the wiring, see if we could, excuse me, get that settled through. And we'll put some gas in the carburetor and see if we can get to fire up. And then, oh, sorry, I'm just a lot of burping right there, but we'll get it fired up and see if it's really worth moving forward. If not, I will figure out a different game of plan. So I'm gonna go get it pulled in and start working on that. All right, so got the bike back in the house, a little bit dried off. Went ahead and got a battery. didn't have one with it. I just took a wire wheel, cleaned up the rust area, threw some paint on it. But the next problem is fixing these broke terminals. So, hoping I can just reuse that and put on some new terminals, but we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these off, or get this terminal off, and see how I'm gonna address this issue. All right, so got the starter in, made the new ground. Really hate this thing. It torques and it uses like a screw. This will be, I'll fix this, make it better, but this is where it's at. Turn the key and hang on. Neutral safety switch says it's in neutral. So that's a plus. So let's see if it'll fire over. Oh, let's see. Something else has probably got to be plugged in. So let me track down what has to be plugged in, and we'll get back to see if it'll at least turn over. All right, let's try take 16. Well, let's see. Are we getting spark? Let's check for some spark. Come over here. Grab a spark plug tester and we'll see what happens. Like I said, I have a feeling there's some jankiness going on. So let's see what we can get to happen here. All right, fingers crossed. All right, so we got no spark. Which could be, well, this is full of water and rust. So let me blow that out. We'll clean this off and we'll give her another shot. Problem was a little bit of moisture in the CDI, and then on these style of coils, it doesn't take like a metal prong. I threw it over there somewhere. You have to kind of twist the coil wire in. And it's got spark now. It just shocked the crap out of me. So let's see what happens. Give it a little bit more happy juice. Oh. Find the throttle cable. Well, I thought we had juice. Put the coil tester back on there and see what happens. All right, well, it just had spark, so let me see if I can find it again. All right, so after checking a bunch of things, got the voltmeter out, yada yada la. My problem actually ended up being the throttle. When you ground it out, it stops the ignition. So let's go ahead and see if it'll fire up real quick. Keys on. Pull some choke. Okay, well, it runs. So much fuel in the float bowl, so pump the throttle a few times, see what happens. Alright, so that's good enough for me on that aspect. It does fire over. So I guess I did order a few parts. The rear brake master, stuff like that. So hopefully here shortly I'll be able to start putting some more of that back together. But in the meantime, I'll put the tank back on, do an oil change, check the coolant, and work on getting these plastics dealt with. Not sure if I'm going to take the stickers off or not. We'll see. Yeah. So hope you guys enjoyed that so far, just a little bit. Once I get some more parts in, we'll get a little more into this. But yeah, just want to say thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.